Good morning on this nice, beautiful, sunny, hot day in May. Today in Uncle John's garden, we're going to show you how I create my beds, and we're gonna prep the beds, plant the beds, and spray a fertilizer on the plants. Okay, so without further delay, I'm gonna start showing you how I shape my beds. You can see around there are lots of beds already formed and some are already planted. Just for clarity's sake, I'm just gonna show you what I use to shape the beds. I use this hoe here, which I've had for about 35, 40 years. I got this from Smith Hawkins Tool Catalog in California. It's a great hoe. And so the beds are roughly going to be about 3 to 4 feet wide, depending on your size. If you're a relatively short person, you might want to make your bed 3 feet wide. If you're longer, like myself, 3.5 to 4 feet wide would be fine. Okay, and you want to leave a walkway in between the beds. So what I usually do is outline the bed using my hoe, and I get it roughly about that width, and then the length, I try not to make the beds more than, say, 14 feet at the most. Okay, so you have access to it. The whole idea is not to step in the bed. Okay, you want to walk around the bed. So that's essentially what we're doing. Here's the bed, okay? And if I could come over this side, we're roughly defining the bed. Roughly defining the bed. Okay, and then we're gonna chop in that area, just chop. Okay, chop in that area, and then I'm going to add compost to the bed. This is beautiful black gold. Okay. In previous sessions, we went over how to make compost, how to prep the soil. Okay, so this is simply a follow-up on that. Okay, so we have a small section there. I take an iron rake and I just sort of gently rake that in, maybe the top 2 inches of soil, just sort of mix it in. You don't want it to get too deep. Okay, mix that in. And then I take my hoe and I sort of further define that bed. And voila, you've got a bed. Now this is a more of a raised bed, and depending on your weather conditions, if you live in a really rainy climate, you might want the bed to be raised up higher because it tends to dry out faster. If you're living in an area that has little rainfall, you might want to make your bed lower to the ground and a little concave so it traps moisture. Okay, so that depends on your particular conditions. Now, planting in the bed, again, you want to be able to reach on either side to get at the plants, to weed, to harvest without stepping in the bed. Okay, so I can easily do this.